I want to talk to you about three specific things. One is CR combines. So we've been building combines in North America for almost 40 years now. We were the first people to bring a rotary combine to the market back in 1975 with a TR70. We started building that in Lexington, Nebraska, and we still build the CR now in Grand Island, Nebraska, almost 40 years later. We've had a reputation, I think, over the last 40 years for innovation and changing and upgrading our systems and our performance. This machine still has the unique twin rotor system that gives us high capacity, phenomenal grain quality and excellent cost of ownership. What we've done for this year is we've made some changes in the front of the machine. We've released a stone detection system, the DPS, Dynamic Stone Protection System. That's available now on all machines. It was previously only limited to our high capacity machines. So now all machines, corn and bean and small grain machines, all benefit from that system. What that system does, it allows us in conditions where we're picking up a lot of stones to continually harvest and collect those stones rather than have to stop and detect them. So that gives us increased capacity. Also, over the last 2 years since we've had that system available on our big machines, we're finding we're getting an increase in capacity without compromising grain quality, which is phenomenal. So that's a great system. It's available now, say, on all machines, including the machine that comes out of ZimmComm, which is our high capacity small grain machine designed specifically really for the small grain guys in Western Canada. Three other changes I want to point out to you. You notice we've got a great big bin up here now. We have 410 bushel grain tank capacity, biggest in the industry. Highest capacity, enables people to go longer and longer between emptying. The other thing we've done is we've increased the length of the unload tube. We've always had the capacity to work with big heads. We have a huge capacity on this machine. Now we have an unloading system that can comfortably unload the biggest, widest heads up to 45 foot. The other thing we've done is we've increased the unloading capacity of this tube now. It's 4 bushel per second. So high capacity unloading, again, enables the guy to focus on harvesting and keep his unloading time to a minimum. The other two things I'd like to talk about are heads. On the front of this head, on this combine now, we have a 12-row folding corn head. It's an all-new corn head. Two things to point out. It's exactly the same row unit between chopping and non-chopping. We're seeing a lot of people now moving towards chopping, want to manage residue higher and better and closely follow that, thinking about what's happening next year. So all our heads now are available with chopping and non-chopping row units. This unit is a 12-row folding head. So the 3 outer rows on each side fold up to allow the customer to move down the road, change between fields without having to worry about taking off his head or worrying about causing a problem on the road. So it folds up very narrow, it folds within the width of the jewels. The other thing, we have a corn head over here, an 8-row version, and on that we have a corn rower. So what's a corn rower? A corn rower is an adaptation that chops, collects and swaths the stover. We're seeing a lot of interest in people, how can we make more use of our stover? Certainly people, dairy, livestock, are looking at feeding it, but also there's interest in the ethanol industry. You're probably very well aware, second generation ethanol, how can we produce ethanol from stover. So on that header, we'll walk past it in a second. I would encourage you to look at it. What we're doing is we have an attachment, as I say, that collects the stover as it's harvested. It swaths it underneath the combine, and then any residue out of the back of the combine is deposited on top of the swath. So what that means is instead of 2 separate operations, chopping and then collecting and swathing, it's all done in the same operation, saving the customer money and making himself more efficient. Lastly, I want to talk about the draper head that we're standing here. We launched that 2 years ago. We've had great success. We're still, I would say, in our launch phase. We're still very enthusiastic about it. Some great features about it. I talked to you last year, those of you who were here last year, the synchro knife drive. It's unique again to us. A knife drive in the center of the head, driving both left and right hand knives at the same time. It means we have no gearboxes at the heads, at the ends of the heads. So it means our shields are very narrow, very low risk of crop rundown. It's a great, as I said, it's a great head. We're seeing great capacity, great improvements in terms of efficiency, in terms of feeding the combine. Really strong feedback from our customers. We're very positive with it.